This boy, you see this? He keep leaving the session.
Hey,
You there?
I don't know. Might
I'm
be
right
his
here,
Hey,
brother.
service.
hey, man, when I tell you technical difficulties will not stop what we do. Good evening, family. This is Coach D Mo, Coach T Brew, and our man Cameron Hill. We're coming to you live tonight, man. This is a special opportunity for us as Florida Minority Baseball. We have a special young man coming on to talk to you guys this evening about his journey, about what he's gone through, what he's dealing with, and how this game can be a beautiful struggle, but also to the risk reward of everything involved. And family, I want to introduce everybody to Mr. Cameron Hill. How you doing, brother?
I'm
I'm
doing
doing
good.
good.
Thank y'all
Thank
for
y'all for
having
having
me.
me.
I
I
think this is a
think this
great
is a great
opportunity
opportunity
to,
to
get us more of us out on
us
the
out on the
field and
field
get
and
us
get
out
us out
there
there
playing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
and
what
that's what
we all
we
here
all
to
here to
do.
do.
Hey, man, we appreciate you having you, Coach T. Brew. How you doing this evening, brother?
Hey,
Hey,
just
it's
another
another
day in
day in
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay.
Feeling
Feeling
pretty
pretty
good
good
about it.
about it.
You
You
know,
know,
so
so
spring
spring
training
training
starting
starting
down
down
here.
here.
Well,
Well,
training
training
camp
camp
for these
for these
Bucks,
Bucks,
but we're
but
gonna
we're gonna
call it a
call
little
it
baseball
baseball
tonight. But
tonight.
I'm
But I'm
doing
doing
good.
good.
Well, I'm
Well, I'm
happy to
happy
be
to
here,
be here,
man.
man.
Beyond
Beyond
pleasure to
pleasure to
be here
be
with
here
the
with the
young
young
man. Not
man. Not
only
only
doing
doing
great,
great,
amazing
amazing
things, but
things, but
also is
also is
a
a
good
good
friend of
friend
mine
of
through a
through a
fraternity
fraternity
that we
that we
love
love
dearly.
dearly.
But
But
tonight's gonna
tonight's
be
gonna
just
be
like
just like
D
D
Moore
Moore
said, a
said,
real
real
cool,
cool,
breezy
breezy
conversation just
conversation,
to
just to
really
really
let
let
people
people
know
know
about
about
what's
what's
going
going
on in the
on in the
game of
game of
baseball from
baseball
a
from a
different set
different
of
set of
lenses.
lenses.
But
But
for the
for the
most
most
part,
part,
we'd
we
definitely
definitely
like to
like to
introduce
introduce
Mr.
Mr.
Cameron Hill
Cameron
the
Hill the
right
right
way.
way.
The
The
young
young
man
man
has
has
worked
worked
hard to
hard
be
to
a
be a
draft pick
draft
on the
pick on the
eighth
eighth
round,
round.
all right,
All
by
right,
the
by the
Philadelphia
Philadelphia
Phillies in
Phillies in
2024.
2024.
And
And
one thing
one
that
thing that
stood out
stood
to
out to
me,
me,
six
six
six,
six,
six
six
six.
six.
So,
So,
Mr.
Mr.
Cameron Hill,
Cameron Hill,
just
just
break it
break
in
it in
right
right
there.
there.
Six
Six
six. How
six.
does
How
that
does that
feel to
feel to
be at
be
that
at that
stature,
stature,
playing the
playing the
position that
position
you
that you
play?
play?
You
You
feel like
feel
you're on
like you're
top
on
of the
top of the
world.
world.
To be
To be
honest,
honest,
like
like
you got
you got
the
the
elevated
elevated
surface to the
surface to the
mound
mound
already, so
already,
you're
so you're
already
already
taller than
taller than
everybody
everybody
else.
else.
And then
And
with
then
like
with like
my
my
height,
height,
I mean, it
it
kind
kind
of
of
has a
has
bit
a
of
bit of
quote
quote
unquote
unquote
intimidation
intimidation
factor,
factor,
but
but
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I mean, that's
So,
60. That's 60 feet. 6 inches get cut down to about what 45 when you reach out there and touch somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So
was
yeah,
it
was it
something that
something
don't
you
that
do
you
it.
always
always
knew
knew
that you
that
was
you
going
was
to
going to
kind
kind
of
of
grow
grow
where you
where
were
you were
always the
always the
tallest one on
tallest
your
one on your
team?
team?
Yeah,
Yeah.
growing up,
Growing
I
up,
would
I would
always
always
be
be
around the
around the
tallest.
tallest,
Always in the
always in the
back of the
back of the
group
group
picture,
picture,
tallest in the
tallest in the
back.
back.
Like I
Like
was
I was
always,
always,
the
the
tallest
tallest
kid.
kid.
But
But
I
I
didn't
didn't
know I
know
would
I
be
would be
this
this
tall.
tall.
It
It
just kind
just
of
kind of
happened. I
happened.
don't
I
really
don't
know.
really
My
know. My
dad
dad
is
is
6'3". My
6'3". My
mom
mom
is
is
5'7",
5'7",
5'6".
5'6".
So
So
just got
just got
blessed in that
blessed in that
regard, I
regard, I
guess.
guess.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So,
So
being with
being with
that
that
being
being
said,
said,
tell us a
tell us a
little
little
bit
bit
about
about
that
that
parent
parent
background.
background.
How
How
did your
did your
parents
parents
support
support
you in
you in
that
that
process
process
as you
as you
grew
grew
through?
through?
Once you
Once you
start
start
developing that,
developing that,
hey, I
hey, I
think I
think I
got
got
something
something
going
going
here,
here,
and I
and I
think I'm
think
gonna
I'm gonna
hold
hold
on to
on
this.
to this.
How was
How
that
was that
support from
support
the
from the
parents? I
parents?
know
I
you
know you
spoke
spoke
about the
about the
mom and
mom and
dad
dad
here.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
my
parents,
parents,
they're
they're
huge
huge
support
support
system to
system
me,
to me,
even to
even
this
to this
day,
day,
honestly.
honestly.
Because my
Because my
dad, he
dad,
had
he had
experience in
experience in
athletics,
athletics,
played
played
football,
football,
college
college
football,
football,
had a
had
little
a
run
little
in
run in
professional,
professional,
got a
got
little
a little
preseason
preseason
look,
look,
but
but
ultimately got
ultimately
cut
got cut
short.
short.
But
But
it
it
doesn't take
doesn't
away
take
from
away
his
from his
experience in the
experience in the
game
game
and
and
how you
how
can
you can
always get
always get
ahead and
ahead and
always,
always,
outwork the
outwork the
next
next
guy.
guy.
And
And
he
he
kind of
kind of
instilled
instilled
that work
that work
ethic in
ethic
me
in me
at a
at a
real
real
young
young
age.
age.
And my
And my
mom,
mom,
she was
she was
always
always
on
on
the
the
academic
academic
side of
side
it
of
when
it
I
when
was
I
in
was in
school,
school,
making sure
making
I was
sure I
on
was on
top,
top,
making sure
making
I was
sure I
on
was
top
on
of my
top of my
grades
grades
and
and
all
all
my
my
schoolwork was
schoolwork was
taken
taken
care of
care of
before I
before
could
I
even
could even
touch the
touch the
field.
field.
And
And
she put
she
her
put her
input into
input into
baseball
baseball
sometimes when
sometimes
I
when I
really
really
needed it.
needed it.
Yeah.
And
And
those times
those
I
times I
really
really
needed it,
needed it,
you know what I'm saying?
But
But
you know,
all in
all in
all,
all,
they made
they
a
made
really
a
good
really good
product.
product.
So
Got it. Man, you got a very unique story, Hill. You got a very unique story. So Hill, tell some of those about your tradition that wasn't so traditional about the way that you proceeded through high school. I know I had a point in time where you did homeschool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going into high school, well, eighth grade year, we were able to play for the high school team, like the freshman team in ninth grade. So I was, blessed enough to be able to do that. Play with the older kids. Get a little taste of high school baseball earlier, and then the next year, ninth grade, trying out for JV varsity. Trying to keep excelling and proceeding, progressing into that program. But then I kind of, things just went another way, and my parents took it upon themselves to take me out of the program and just kind of put faith in kind of the coaches and the bridges that were already built for me throughout travel ball. Because our travel ball coach said, "Hey, I have a homeschool program in like Fayette County in the little town I was in. That all of the guys that didn't have a high school home kind of came here and played baseball, played really good baseball. So I went out there, and my first day, it kind of showed me like what it took to like be like kind of like a high level high school guy. Because we were playing, I was playing with guys that was going to college, getting drafted, that were getting looks in schools and teams and everything like that. And what it took day to day to get it.
Right.
And those experiences kind of made it, well, for me personally, these experiences opened doors for me that I don't think I would have gotten otherwise.
Can you expound on that? Can you expound on that? Can you hold on that? Like when you recognize that gave you opportunities that was open up doors that you wasn't able to give. If you can, I think I know where you're going with it, but can you let everyone kind of know what that means for you?
100%. It was just I was in the right place at the right time because it was my first day. I had met a coach who had just got done playing himself, who still had love of the game and wanted to give back. He took me under his wing and just kind of molded me into the player I am now. And he put me in front of the people that had to say so in these travel ball programs and things that got my foot in the door with all these organizations. So sometimes that's all you need is just a bit of leap of faith and a little bit of word of mouth. It travels a long way.
Well, Cameron, that's huge. Can you maybe tell some of the young players that may look like yourself or not, your help may come from a person you may not even know that's connected to a way that's not so popular names behind it. But it doesn't mean that you shut that door off because they may not be a popular name. And as you can probably attest to, you'll need every help along this journey as you can get if they can get you in front of the right people. How important is it for a player to be open minded to real help that's out there that may not be so popular?
Especially for players that look like us, we need all the help we can get. Like all the help we can get to put our names and our faces and our abilities out on display. Because a lot of the programs, a lot of the big name programs and publications aren't really pushing, our players and our talents and our abilities. So sometimes you just gotta have to go another way and get it.
That's fair. D. How important is that? I know you as a father. I know your boys have been involved in the programs across the nation, and you still see things out there, and you hear from Mr. Hill right here himself still saying it's still important to give an open ear to help that's out there that's trying to help those that look like us.
Man, it's powerful because you're not too far removed from where these kids are. And the challenge that I see out here on the circuit is, and there was a picture that came up the other day, and I made a comment about, I just want to know how we can fill that gap and that void. But the main thing is, everyone has this, I'll say it this way, the process is the process. But the challenge that we deal with is that everybody thinks that you're coming in the same way. You're not coming in that door the same way, right? That door is going to be opened up if long as, I'm going to get biblical in a second, as long as you don't grow weary and well doing, you're going to reap a harvest, right? And you're a testament to that because young men like you is what I call betting on themselves. The key factor in what you said is you come from a two-parent household. Not to say there's anything with one parent. I mean, hey, life happens, but in this game, the father, the black father having that influence over, to say, son, what's going on? Tell me what you're feeling. And you go out on the circuit and you see a lot of us that are out there, and we're getting bad information. A lot of the information is just not what it needs to be, and I find myself I find myself legitimately, becoming that voice. But based on what you said, man, that's powerful because everyone's not going to come in the exact same way.
No, 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 no. Hill, here's a question I also want you to kind of sound on for our youth. When you do get your opportunity, when you step into that dugout, and it's not an opening welcome feeling for you, how do you handle it?
Sometimes it can be challenging to navigate these spaces that aren't really welcoming, that can sometimes aren't welcoming to us. But to get around that, really is kind of backwards as it sounds. Really impose yourself because you're not going anywhere. We all on the same team. We all going playing these teams together as a team. So y'all gonna have to deal with me as much as I have to deal with y'all. So it's like you gotta have to build relationships with people that you can trust. Though, if it's not going to be an enjoyable experience if you're standoffish with everybody in the clubhouse. There are people and avenues in the facilities that you can talk to and like have these relationships with, and eventually the players come around also. Because being around the guys for so long, every day, all day, you form a bond of brotherhood, regardless off of that, just off the time you spend together.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I think you had a pretty good opportunity to be diverse. Georgia Tech, right in the heart of Atlanta. You want to talk about that experience of how that was able to kind of unfold for you?
Yeah, I love Georgia Tech. See, me growing up in Atlanta, it was never too far from home for me, and always being close to the city and like always having somebody that wears always black in Atlanta. So it's like always having that representation and going out elsewhere, maybe it be Texas, Louisiana, Cali, Florida, wherever, and you have that kind of anchor within you, just like, hey, this isn't a barrier anymore. Like we can go and get this just as well as you can, if not better.
Understood. Now, how is it right now with your with some of your experience, knowing what you know now? What would you tell the 17-year-old self?
Uh, just stay up the course. It's not going to be completely linear. There's going to be ebbs and flows, ups and downs, peaks and valleys. But you just got to stay with the process. Stay committed to yourself and the promise you made to yourself. Because you're the only one that
Can you
can
come to
get
the top of
these
the
things
steps
for
and
I can hear you.
turn the light on? Nah, I was trying to tell my studio producer to turn the light on because I'm getting blind in here and can't see nothing. So I was talking to her. The 17-year-old self, I that question in itself is one that I always tell when we do sessions and we talk to young men. If you're now, what could you tell, knowing what you know now, being able to walk backwards, right? The blessing in the whole situation is being able to be a better steward of the game. Going to Georgia Tech, doing those things, based on those elements, what would you tell that young man that has this D1 aspiration, but the game is the game? What would you tell that young man?
The game is the game, but you got to find a way to play too. There's a lane you play the game too. Not like what? As long as you can show up every day with the mindset of nothing and nobody can stop me, they won't.
Brother, and I appreciate that because we try to collectively tell these young men on a regular basis there's a game inside the game. There's some rules in this game that are unwritten, but yet understood.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of kids that look like you and me and Tony, we don't get that same memo. And so we have to prepare differently. So one of the things that we try to infuse in our basis is you have to show up early and you have to leave late. But you also don't have the same room of margin of error. Did you see a lot of that in college? Did you see, even right now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of that. But for me, you gotta want to do that. You gotta want to be the guy that gets up early, gets the extra work in, stays late. Because the coaches, they see that. Like when it's time for them to make cuts, and if you're like a fringe guy that I don't know if I want to keep him on a team, they gonna look at player A, player B. Player A shows up early, stays late, gets extra work, asks questions, attentive in class. Player B shows up late, bad effort, bad teammate, doesn't take care of his grades. You make this decision real easy for him. And with this, it's already easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're just bad for the locker room. And, and I tell one of the things that we do is, when Tony and I and the rest of the execs do our coaches verified tour when we go out, we teach and talk about these same things with these young men. It's like there's a soundbite of one event when we said, "Hey, I told you when you got here, body language and hustle. If you don't do that now, at your level, I guarantee you this: you're gonna be like, hey guys, it's been real. Hey man, Cam, I'm sorry, bro, you can't stay here. We've heard stories of kids that were this year across the country, sophomores, D1 programs being told, hey man, we'll holler at you, man. It's a business,
It is, especially now.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. Just the business of navigating from, going from Georgia Tech to being drafted. Talk about a little bit about the business side of, kind of like how, without getting too deep, but how does that maturation process actually happen for some of the people listening to this? How does that actually get to the point where you get that phone call and it's like, hey man, you our guy, bro. Let's make it happen.
The draft process, it was stressful. It was a stressful time. Because going into it, I really had no idea what was going to happen. Knew like that day of, my agent called me and said, "Hey, we'll let you know when we get something." And the picks just went by, and I'm just stressing. Like, when am I going to get picked? And then my agent eventually texted me and was like, "Hey, it's funny. The Braves had the pick before the Phillies in the 8th round."
Wow.
I don't know. I was looking at the Braves pick, and then my agent texted me like, "Oh, the Phillies gonna pick you," and then that's how it went. And then my name came up, and I got a call from the farm director, Merton, and he said, "We're happy to have you, and we're gonna get you on a flight tomorrow to Philadelphia to sign the contract, and we're gonna get you into the system, into the program, and roll."
Wow.
So it's a quick turnaround. But
So
it's stressful. It's something you dream of doing, and you're just blessed to be in the position. So you're just excited and enthused to be in the position.
So
That's
Cameron,
a blessing.
tell our audience, the young audience that you know that we're talking to that are really inspired and want to be drafted. Like you said, it's a very stressful process to get to that point. But how about the maturity piece that you have to have? Now you're going to work with grown men.
Yeah, especially for a guy if they get drafted out of high school, because they don't get those formative years in college to get those life experiences. So to kind of figure themselves out a little bit. Because in college, you get those chances to mess up a little bit. They give you room to navigate. But once you're here in the professional ranks, ain't none of that. You are on your own and kind of get thrown in the fire in a sense.
Yeah.
And having these older guys here, like in the complex, locker rooms, and clubhouses, you have these, however many odd years of experience in baseball and in life. Because you got guys in the whole group of kids and wives, and you can find out how to navigate better in life. As a husband, a father, through those guys, and having a guy that's played like 6, 7, 8 years in professional baseball, and you can just be a sponge. That'll be my best piece of advice. Just be a sponge to all the information, and don't lose that information because it's just valuable.
So another big thing that we hear on this end is it got to be this travel team or it got to be that show team. What's your opinion on that?
Like, it's got to be this travel ball team or that travel ball team?
Like, if I'm not playing for this travel ball team or this organization, or if I'm not playing in this tournament, like, how do you really feel about
I
that?
came up in a little bit of that era too. Just, it helped to be in these big organizations sometimes, but the cream of the crop don't rise to the top every time. Like, if you're on the big program and you're not really in your play doesn't match up to, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. I hear you.
And when y'all play doesn't match up to the organization that you play for, it's kind of leaves them in a spot to even maybe get rid of you in that organization, and you got to go somewhere else anyway. But I feel like if you can play, they are going to find you. Period. Point blank. Period. If you can play, they will come. Because I played homeschool baseball for all 4 years. All 4 years. And by the time my senior year came, we would have scouts come to the game. Whether or not it's for me and be for some other guys on the team. But if you're talented and you show game in, game out, they are going to come regardless of who you play for, regardless of who's on your chest. They're going to come to see you.
That's real. So, Hill, so you've been in your position. You got plenty of young pitchers out there that's coming up behind you. What's some of the absolutes that you would want those young men that look like you to know when they step on that hill, and what it takes to compete at the level or to get to that level? So, what's something that you could give some of those youth as far as whether that's arm care, whether that's development of your command of pitches, what's something that that's the absolute that they must have?
Recovery. Because that is such a, I'm still trying to figure what's the best recovery for me on a day-to-day basis right now. Because in this professional realm, it's a long season. Because you come in for spring training in February, and then when you get there, you ain't done until September. and you play 6 games a week, it's a long schedule. So you have to figure out a way to keep yourself healthy, because availability is the best ability. Because if you can't stay on the field, you can't do nothing if you stay on the field.
Karen, let me ask you a question, man. I mean, it's funny you say recovery. So one of the things that we are always promoting, and it really falls on deaf ears. From a recovery standpoint, right now, what are some of the techniques that you do? Like I know since my kids were, God, I'm a real big on Western medicine, so we do acupuncture, a lot of cupping, but they actually have their own cupping set. Having a chiropractor, massage therapist, stretching. I mean, do they offer those same services, or you guys got to kind of go out and schedule them on your own type stuff?
Actually, and professionals, they have it all covered. They got it all on site. Acupuncture, cupping, Normatec, ice bath,
Sonic machines, all of that. Yeah.
Machine, whatever you think of, they got it. And it only gets better as you go up the ranks. But for the younger crowd who may not have, the access to these things, I was a big proponent of ice and running. Like running for my pitchers, running poles.
Breaking that ass.
Yeah, running poles after you're outing, poles and sprints. Don't sleep on the sprint work too now, because pitching is a lot of fast twitch movement. And that's exactly what sprinting is. You have to be able to move fast, move your body fast. So I feel like that's the way to end. Weight room. Like that's very important for a young pitcher's development.
Say it louder for those that still scrolling on Instagram camera. Say it louder for those that still scrolling.
Yeah.
Say that one more time. The what room?
The weight room. The weight room. Because I was thinking when in high school, I was a freshman in high school.
Right.
When I was a freshman in high school, I was throwing 79, 80 miles an hour. Top.
Come here.
79, 80 in high school.
Freshman year of high school, top in 79, 80. And I get in the weight room for that whole off season. And the next year, sophomore year, topping out at 85, 86. And then that's when I got hits. I'm like, ooh, if I got 6 miles an hour a year, imagine next year and the year after that, and the year after that. And then my junior year, I touched 90 for the first time. And then that's how I just kind of found the love for the weight room. Just seeing the results associated with the work makes you want to work harder.
Cam, I had to go bring up a fella pitcher from downstairs. This is my son Bryce.
How you doing,
Hill.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So we're talking about Coach TB. What's that room we talked about a second ago?
Some people call it the weight room.
The weight room. We're talking about.
I know he in the weight room behind it.
Yes. So Cameron's talking about his journey, son, as a pitcher, black ball player, played at Georgia Tech, 8th round draft pick. Now he's in the Phillies organization, and just great conversation. I brought you up because it was funny because the testament to that is going to college, but Cameron nailed it. I, as a coach, and Cameron, correct me if I'm wrong, we just said this, I want him to hear it again. If you can manage the weight room, you might be all right, because coaches don't have time. Coaches not gonna manage you in the weight room.
No, it's you and the strength coach. And the strength, if you and the strength coach are like this, like he will go to bat for you and be like, nah, he goes to work. He comes to work every morning, every afternoon, ready to get you. While whoever is slacking, and you might get lucky into that opportunity because of how hard you work on the back end. I've seen that happen plenty of times. Like there'll be a guy who doesn't play, but who goes hard in conditioning, hard in the weight room, hard in practice, and then when he finally gets the opportunity, he'll go for like 2-3 hits, or shutdown innings, or come out the bullpen 3 shutdown innings, and then next thing you know, they in the rotation on a regular. So it's just giving the coaches something to think about.
You got any comments or questions, sir? I know I kind of threw you on the spot a little bit, but he's where you trying to get to.
I mean, I really don't have any questions. It's just I completely agree. I mean, right now for me, it's always been ever since I was fifth grade and we were leaving the baseball practice, and I saw a couple older guys walking out of the gym. I told my dad I want to look like that. So ever since then, it's always been a constant for me just to be in the weight room, and I'm glad I started not as early, but I feel like I started as soon as I got to middle school.
Yeah.
I really didn't pick it up heavy until I got to my freshman year, really, because that was when I realized, like, okay, I started high school now. I got to properly prepare for, like, the experience that comes next after that. So my big thing was, for me, it was making sure that I am strong enough to always do what I need to do and never, like, then no one can ever doubt my strength or my work ethic in the gym or whatever it comes to. I mean, like for me right now, I'm stuck at about 86, 87. I top 88, but at the same time, it's like, okay, my coach can see, okay, yeah, this kid's working. He has projectability. Like my college coach told me, he was like, when you get here, our main thing for you is just to keep working out because you already have the build we need. It's just that we got to keep working on what you got below. So he's just like, just keep doing what you're doing, and when you get here, we'll just enhance it even more. So that way, when it comes time, we can just push you out and go wherever you need to.
Yeah, that's huge to have a coach that can see your potential without ever really working with you yet. Because having a coach that can see it and that can be able to bring it out of you, that's huge. And make sure you don't lose that athleticism. Getting in the weight, there are guys that get in the weight room, uber strong, but now they can't move, or they're not as quick and twitchy like they used to be. So now you're just big and slow.
Big for nothing.
Yeah, big for nothing.
Bro, I appreciate you, Cam. I'm gonna get you two connected, man. But I think from a resource perspective, man, this right here, to everyone watching at home, don't just think this is just a click or a circle. He just happened to live in my house, and I happen to be a coach. So, at the end of the day, this is what we're trying to tell every ball player: be the best example of the best you can be. Because one thing about it, this game ain't guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in this game, right here. TV, what we say? You get one shot to dance, and boy, if you got 2 left feet, boy, what our boy doing the mound that day, Tony? He was shaking. He was shaking.
But we was here for him. But that's what we were here for.
We were right here. He was nervous, right? Cam, we had to kill the mound. He was just shaking. I mean, Tony said, "Okay, brother, it's okay." I mean, he threw his first pitch and took the kid's head off. We was like, "All right, calm down." But see, that's what we're saying, right? Putting a hand in somebody's back, man, because looking back over your journey, as you look at it, Cam, your mom and dad, but right now with you being where you are in the organization, working to get to the other side of the show, what is that daily motivator besides the grind being the grind? What is that daily thing, man, that you do every single day? Because I know pitchers, ball players in general, we're very superstitious, right? But we're faith-based people, so it's like I ain't superstitious, but I'm sticking to my routine. What's your routine normally like, man, in the course of a day?
In the course of a day, so I'll wake up, get some breakfast. The clubhouse will typically open around 12, 1. I get there around 12 o'clock. I'll lift as soon as I get there, and then that'll be like now my day is truly starting. I can get to work for the game. So I get in the training room, do my physical therapy and all the exercises they got me doing to keep all the aches and pains away, like knees and forearms and all of that stuff, all the little stuff that nags you throughout the season. This time limits that. Then after that, I'll go to my throwing program, play catch before the game, like hours before the game, make sure everything's good. Do my actual throwing work for the day before the game starts. Because when the game starts and I get the call, ain't no time to go. So after I come back in from throwing program, checking BP and everything, this is the time for me to like lock in, kind of like transform things like in the game mode. You know how I go as an athlete, kind of go into a different place when it's game time. Put on my headphones, get my ankle taped up, and do all the things, get stretched out, and put my jersey on. I'm ready to go.
That's what's up. That's what's
That's
up.
what's up. That's what's up. So we gonna hold you too much longer, Cameron Hill. But hey, I'm gonna ask this question because I can do this. As the bruh, playing the game of baseball in the position you play, how are you gonna find your way to throw up the hook? Or do you plan on throwing up the hooks at all, dog? That's what I want to know. How you gonna throw? What you gonna strike him out and go like? What you gonna do, dog? What are you gonna do so I can start watching this? I want to know this in the veins.
It'll be in the making, but it's gotta be like the right moment. Because like as a pitcher, it can fire.
I get it.
Backfire on you real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Yep, I get it.
It's gotta be like I close
Real
up.
smooth.
It might be a save celebration. Like every time I get say about the hooks. You know what? That's what we're gonna do.
That's what I was about to say. That's a good one right there.
You heard it here. When we save the game, if we get a save, every time I'm gonna throw up or two. Do that.
That's out, man. It's only a few of us that's been out there that's been able to do it at that level, man. I'm glad that you have walked into that ring, man. You do make the bros proud, especially as I'm in all these bros athletic groups that we talk about. They always talk about the football bros. I say don't forget about the baseball bros.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
But man, what a great accomplishment to go to homeschool, make your way through the ranks of homeschool, not the traditional public school. Didn't have to sign up to be on this special team or that team, to finding your way to Georgia Tech, to landing yourself into an opportunity to live your dreams, man. And we want to say congratulations to you again. And we really hope that you find your way to be able to do this again and again as much as you want with our platform. Our kids need it. Our parents love to see it. And we just love having you part of something that we have one mission and one goal to make sure that we're not forgotten about in this game, that we continue to expose our talent, that we continue to expose those players that's working their asses off to get seen, that's still not getting the right opportunity, but don't give up. There's so much more that we can break down and talk about, but tonight was really truly about you. And we really want to say we appreciate the time and we appreciate the things that you're doing for the game of the baseball, bro.
Man, we salute you,
Hey,
my
thank
brother.
y'all so much.
We salute
Thank y'all
you,
for the
brother.
opportunity, for letting me come on here and tell my story, and hopefully inspire the next generation. If I inspire one person tonight, that'll be enough.
I know you touched one in my house because, yeah, I know that for a fact. But to all of our families that'll see this on the rewind or whatever, man, just know that one thing: Florida Minority Baseball is a collective organization, gives a damn about you and your family and your children. Our job right now is what it is, to bring individuals like this young man on the line, Mr. Hill, that's speaking from the heart. There's no magic pill in this game other than hard work. There's going to be adversity that's going to pop up. Are you going to know how to handle it? Do you have an outlet? Do you have resources? Well, if you lock in with Florida Minority Baseball, you got access to that. We're not blowing our own horn. We're only speaking the fact that, as I said last week, I wear that emotion on my sleeves about this every day. And sometimes it may be frowned upon, but to walk a mile in these shoes and try to change someone's life, brother Cameron, we appreciate you, man, and keep being that light. But we'll be looking out for that save maneuver We'll be looking out for it. You know, and man, if you ever want to come back, man, you know, if you're somewhere around this area around August 28th to the 30th, man, you know, we'd love how you come out there and chop it up with us. Last year it was we kind of had like a little Mega Sci 5 versus some Kappa situation popping off in Daytona a little bit with the colors. Let's just say it was a very interesting. I got some footage that I have not released from that situation, but we keep that under wraps, man. But brother, we appreciate you, and TB salute, my guy. We
Hey, definitely gonna have to get you one of these, Cameron. We'll get you one in purple and gold for sure.
All right, appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Hey man, no doubt. Family, to all y'all out there, this is going to be on replay. All long as you want to see it and watch it, you need to get in contact with us. You can visit us at FLA Shine on IG. If you got a young man that's looking to get registered or signed up for the Florida Verified Tour, for the Florida Shine Classic, hosted by the Florida Verified Tour for the showcase, go to FloridaVerifiedTours.com. If you are a young man in the state of Florida, your profile is waiting for you to pick it up. We got data analytics on you. We already know who you are. We just need you to sign up. With that, I'm Coach D Moore. I'm out. Coach T Brew. We done. And that boy Cameron Hill. We appreciate y'all, man. We holler back. Peace.
Salute to the bruh,